Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Welcome to another episode of Sal and Chris present Hey, babe. I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
I like
okay.
it.
So,
Well,
your hair, by the way, something just happened with your hair. What's
I ran
going
my
on right
hand.
now?
I ran my hands through it.
Yeah, your hair. It's
A totally different style.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I have that I actually like about myself.
Right.
My hair is very flexible and malleable.
you got a nice bounce to your hair. If you're a guy,
Yeah.
I could tell just from we could be sitting on a plane for hours. Your hair bounces when you walk, and I like that.
This is COVID beard. Obviously, I look like I just have a fistful of pubes glued to my face.
Yeah.
This is COVID beard and hair. I'm nervous because here's what I learned about during this time period. Viral load.
Right. Yes.
You know what it is? Viral load?
I didn't know what it was, but now I do. So you want to explain to the people?
So what I read, and you could be on the side of it's a hoax. You could be on the side of my brother died. God bless. But
So it happens.
whatever it is, we know something's going on, right?
Yeah.
So here's what I said. Let me just take every precaution I can to not get this thing. So what I read, an article that made sense is distance is for a reason. So the proximity to someone.
Right.
And how long you're with them is a big key factor. So if you had Cove and you jogged by me outside and were like, hey, babe, and I was like, hey, babe, odds are I'm okay.
Right.
If you had Cove and you jogged by me in the apartment and said, hey, babe, I might be a little less okay.
Or if we were doing the podcast known as Hey Babe, and I had Cove right now, that's the worst possible scenario.
We are dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah, because it's how close you are to someone and for how long. Now, what is a hairdresser, at least one who's worth his salt, do for you? They hover an orbit in and around your head.
Yeah.
This close.
Right.
Cutting.
Right.
I have the best hairdresser ever. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Max.
Love Max as well.
And he takes minimum 1 hour on my hair.
Yeah.
The guy is a surgeon, and he cares about his job. He's passionate.
Right.
And in a lifetime of haircuts, and this is nothing against my buddy Tony, who used to cut my hair for 10 years when I was younger. But just as of right now, after Tony, I was. You ever have no barber to commit to? And you do that.
Yeah.
You ever do that when you're like, oh, I got to look what's in the area. When
It's
you need
risky.
a cut, you got to look what's in the area. And then when you walk in, you could look at the people. First of all, let's break this down a little bit. You ever go in and you see someone that is a hairdresser, their hair sucks?
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
For me, that is 5 alarm.
I can't do it. Yeah.
You don't go anywhere near that person. If they went to school for this and it's their job and they're okay looking like that.
Right.
Whether it's some weird, they didn't layer it right, or there's a weird line over here. Or,
yeah, can't do it.
okay. So, but then you look in and then you say, all right, I think I trust that person. But then that person's not available.
Right.
And then you're like, well, you got, whoever over here, we can slot you with Carl or whatever. And you're like, all right. And then you come out and you're like, I got a month until I could correct this.
Right.
That's when you're in no man's land. Because I used to do that. I used to just be like, what neighborhood am I in right now filming? I need a haircut. Let me look it up. Let me walk in. And you're lucky if you're 50-50 success rate with your hair.
Every time I've done that, I've come out, I've looked in the mirror, I say, I look like a pineapple. It's just what it is. That's just what. You come out with just a bad haircut.
Yeah.
But so let me, okay.
So Max, so he's going to hover around my head for 1 hour. Now, he wears a mask.
Okay.
And even I wear a mask. But it's the worst possible viral load situation. Because if he has droplets or I have droplets,
right,
then you're just getting fed droplets for the hour.
Even through the mask, though?
I don't know. I don't create these masks.
What if we did something where we wrapped you, put like a hazmat suit on and saran wrap, and the only thing that was coming out of this, you had to breathe. We gave you things where you could open up and breathe. You could breathe out from the inside, but just your hair was out. It would be like he's just cutting the top. He doesn't even see your face.
Well, sure.
But you're just sitting there with your hair out.
If you can get a patent on that and get it produced,
yeah,
let me
like
know.
a suit.
Also, I have to. If he's going to do anything with this, which currently this looks like something. Let's be honest with each other. Yeah. I mean, what if I really want to? Because what happens is I'm home right now, right? We're in my house, right? But if I have to go somewhere, a lot of times I actually had to. I now have bought a heat. I heat my beard up and straighten it. Why is that funny? It's a product that they have.
You like straighten out your beard hair?
No, well, my hair is so tightly curly and it gets wild. It's unruly, and wax doesn't do enough to keep it down.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I bought this argan oil.
Right.
I know the smell because it's a smell that I smell in women's hair my whole life, including my mom's. It's an oil that protects you against heat burn. So I got this stuff. I slather it all up. And then I got this comb, and it's essentially like a girls have curling irons.
Right.
It's like made for beards, and the bristles heat up to 400 degrees.
Jesus.
And then you go like, but it doesn't burn you. It's like made to not burn you. There's like 50 of them available, like different brands. So this is a big market. I didn't know about it.
I've never heard of it.
I do it for about 2-3 minutes. Right. And then my beard is not curly. It's straight and it's like this long. And then I put the wax in a little bit. And then it looks like I start to look like a normal human man sometimes.
I was well. I mean, if your beard hair is down here, you don't look like a normal human man to me. You look
a normal human man that has a beard that works.
A normal human man from BCE times, from before Christ.
Well, let's be honest. What do I look like even now? I don't know what I look like. I don't look that good now.
First of all, I totally 100% disagree. I told you this last week when I saw you for the first time in a couple months. I think the new look, this new rugged you with the long beard, is 100% your look.
It feels rugged.
I think 100% moving forward. But it's interesting because I was moments away from saying, I think you look like a really rough fisherman, and then you cut me off and said I straighten my beard hair. So a fisherman would not be straightening their beard hair, but that's what I love about you, Sal. Yeah. That's what I love about doing the show with you, is if you want to judge, if that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover, you're the definition. Because the cover of the book says I'm a fisherman. Yeah. Those pages say gay, gay, gay.
And I understand. And you got to read the forward, and you got to read every chapter, and then you got to read the index even before you make a judgment.
Now it should be no shock, and maybe the title will come into this. Sal and I think, are a couple of guys who are on the gay fence. I say
there's a spectrum.
I've had many questions asked. Hey, Chris, tell the truth. Are you gay? I'm not. Support the gays. Love the gays. Not gay. You have went through the same thing. People have said, that guy's gay.
NG.
And it's like, look, I'm not gay.
If you Google my name, the first thing that comes up is, if you put, is Sal Vulcano gay?
Gay. Yeah.
Is he gay? Is he married? Is he straight? But it's always questioning my sexuality. Now, I know this, and I talk about it on the show. Here's one thing that happened. We did a sketch show a long time ago where we had a sketch show on TV.
Right.
Short-lived. It was fun. And we did a sketch where we were on Sally Jesse Raphael. We got her to do it. Daytime.
The actual Sally Jesse Raphael. That's sick.
Daytime talk show. And the sketch was like making fun of, like, not making, like it was like the Jerry Springer type deals. Right. So I bring the guys on the show to tell them I'm gay. Right. And then they flip out, and then one of them says, I can't believe this, but like, you've emboldened me. Since you admitted it, I'm admitting it.
Right.
And then I'm like, he goes, I'm gay. And then I go, well, this is crazy, because the only reason I said I was gay is because I knew you were, and I wanted to help you come out. I'm not gay.
Right.
And then it goes on and on and on like that.
It just keeps going.
And she was in it, and someone clipped that and put it up out of context, and people think it's a Sally Jesse Raphael episode.
That's hilarious.
That I came out as gay on.
We're going to post it.
We can post it. Yeah. And it doesn't hurt that I also... I also skew effeminate in sometimes when I fool around and joke around. Like, I don't mind. I get silly like that.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't help that I also am also very in touch with my feelings and my feminine side. I'll cry. I told you, I cry. It doesn't take anything for me to cry.
I know.
I cry so easily. I cry often.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying I sit and have a long weep, but tears welling up, tears streaming down, commercial can do it.
Yeah. I agree, and I know that about you, and I love that about you, and I think that's why we have such a common bond, because it's like, same thing. I'm very in touch with my sensitive side. I don't care. You want to call me gay? You want to think I'm gay? That's totally fine. I've said this on podcasts before. I fall in love with men. I have sex with women. That's just what it is. Yeah. So I'm having a great conversation with you. Right. I'm going to bang the crap out of my girlfriend. Right. and I'm going to be thinking about you straightening your beard hair.
Yeah, I mean, love the gays. Tons of gay friends in my life, my whole life.
Tons of gay fans, too. The gays love you.
Fans, gay people come up to me all the time. I get hit on by gay men. It's no thing. God bless them. Yeah. You know, like, I just say, I'm sorry that I misled you.
Yeah. But I'm sorry I talk this way and act this way. But, yeah, it's the same with me. It's like, I get DM'd constantly by, not constantly, but I've been DM'd by quite a few gay men saying, hey, I think you're gay. I have gay men say, you don't know you're gay yet, but I do. So let's just speed this up. And, listen, but it's one of those things. Also, too, we have a lot of hand motions. We do a lot. Maybe it might be jazz hands or something like that. With Sal
it's not even like Italian hands. It's not even Italian hands. I'm
talking like a woman.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
When I'm talking, I think if someone closes their eyes,
mute this and watch us. Tell me it's not a podcast about two guys living a very nice gay life.
I think if you mute this, and you just watch us doing hand motions, you'll say, this is a podcast. This is like these are two gay men talking about furniture and different West End products they like.
By the way, you want to talk furniture for 1 hour? I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I love
Buy the gay.
But I swear to God, I love even my interests. I love nothing more than a houseware. Give me a good houseware store.
Yeah.
I love housewares. I love to talk about housewares. I love talking retail.
Right.
I'm an educated consumer. You know this.
Yeah.
I shop till I drop.
Yeah.
I watch. I'm trying to come off social media a lot now because I'm just like it's
Very
too
smart.
negative to me, and I'm focusing my. People ask me, what would you do if you weren't a comedian? 1,000,000% interior design.
Yeah.
I watch Architectural Digest episodes. So I've seen every episode like 10 times.
Yeah.
It's all I have the books. I just flip through them.
You love it.
It's like my.
You're the one that told me about
my porn.
You're the one that told me about restoration hardware. I didn't even know. I used to call it hardware restoration. You said you look like an idiot out there. It's restoration hardware. But so, and you're a guy. But see, that's what I like. Most guys would be like, you know what? I don't want to let anybody know. You're saying it right here to America or and abroad. You are saying it's countries abroad. I believe that this podcast will go internationally.
We'll go international.
If we can get the international rights.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about it. So yeah, and I think it's interesting because you'd say, you know, the eyes closed. I mean, the podcast on mute. You'd say these gay guys doing interior design.
Yes.
If you had just.
I mean, look at Sal. And that's me and the girl with the pearl earring, but it's me.
And then the way we actually talk. So our mannerisms say that, and then the way we actually talk. So if you just had the volume on and you never see us, you don't know who the hell we are, you would, I think the listener would say, I didn't know that Fran Drescher had a podcast. That's what they would say. These guys both sound like the nanny in different ways.
True. Or sometimes I sound like Rocky Balboa got literally punched in the teeth.
Yeah.
I have no diction.
Yeah.
When I go back and listen to myself, I don't think I sound like I have a heavy accent. And then sometimes I go back and I don't pronounce half the things I say.
Yeah. One time, Robert Kelly, the great Robert Kelly, said
he's all right.
That me and Sal both sound like a gay Joan Rivers.
I agree with that. Here's what I did before I came out. You know, you said my hair changed? Well, because we were recording earlier. So what I did was out of the shower, because the hair is so long now, I slick it back. I put in a medium hold gel, and I get it to a place. I do it a spray, a number 4 spray of Tresemme, which is a strong hold, but not the strongest, because I don't want stiff. I want it to have a hold, but also be a little soft. Then after about an hour, when we did the podcast, my hair dried, so it wasn't wet anymore. Now I can run my hands through it. I don't have to have such a tight hold. And now it falls and it loosens up. And now when I'm here, I don't have to worry that a hair's out of place. Right. It's two different mindsets. When I had the hair slicked back tight, I feel like almost like the guy that murders people from the movie in the 80s.
Ted Bundy?
No. Psycho. Yeah.
Norman Bates.
American Psycho.
Yeah.
No.
American Christian Bale.
Yeah, you know, like that whole like.
What's his name? What's that guy's character's name? Patrick Bateman.
Bateman.
Yeah.
So like you feel like
Patrick Bateman, Norman Bates. You think it's a lot of bait with the serial killers.
I wonder if there was inspiration there.
Interesting.
Google it.
We could Google it.
So I would do that, but then I always find myself getting a stiff neck because I'm always worried that a hair's going to go out of place. So what I did was I freed myself from that before this podcast. I freed myself. I ran my hands through it, and now I have body and bounce, and I have volume. And
it's smart because we're doing. It's no shock here. We did 2 episodes in one day, and you went with a different hair look, but with the same shirt.
Yeah, because it wasn't to fool anybody or pull the wool. It was literally for my own comfort.
Right.
It wasn't. I wasn't trying to flex that I could have all these different hairstyles, but I could if I wanted to. Yeah. But I'm not trying to do that.
Just understand he could if he wanted to.
If I wanted to, you guys would be blown away.
You know what else you're great at is you once told me, and it was fascinating because you said the most important things you could do in your life is get a comfortable pillow and comfortable shoes. I said, Sal, why? He said 60% of your life is on the pillow, 40% on your feet. Is that the numbers you threw out at me?
A third of our life is in bed.
A third of our life is in bed.
I said bedding. Pillow is paramount.
Yeah.
But bedding altogether.
Right.
Don't ever waste any. Don't even think twice about indulging, even if it's your last. Like if you're gonna spend it on like weed, or you want to go to get a drink, or whatever. You want a new pair of sneakers, or whatever it is. Pay the child support. But other than that, you put that money into a mattress,
right?
And not just where everyone goes. I'm not saying that mattresses that most popular ones you can name right now aren't the best,
right?
But go on a mattress, lay on it,
right?
Pick the one. Money should be no object when coming to a mattress. Save all your pennies. Put them together. Don't even get the bed. Sleep rough, until you can afford it. But once you can afford it, you get the right mattress, you get the right linens, you get a comforter for the winter and a comforter for the summer. I'm telling you, because sleep is very important. And sometimes people use all year comforter.
Right.
We're not savage. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You get yourself one, and what you do is in the summer, you go to a much lighter.
Right.
You don't want to be tossing and turning, and you want to be overheated, and then you're throwing the covers off, but then the air's on, and then you're freezing, and you put them back on. By the time you get up, you're getting cold, the voice is started, all that stuff.
Right.
You have to put yourself in the most comfortable position. And pillows.
Best pillow I've ever gotten, Hamlacker and Schlemmer.
Hammock or Schlemmer, yeah.
Hammock or Schlemmer.
Yeah.
Hamlocker or Schlemmer.
I have those too. They're the cool pillows with the gel inserts. They stay cool. They flip, you know.
I don't know how the hell they stay cool, but I'm telling you, I've never once turned over that pillow and it be anything warmer than, I want to say, 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's nice. I'm starting to mine are starting to show some signs of wear.
Wow. How many years in?
I'm about 3 years in now.
3 year shelf life on a pillow? Not
no,
bad.
but I don't use one pillow. I have in this house I have maybe 20 pillows.
Right.
Now, granted, it's because we have different areas, but even for my own bed, I have 2 sets of down, 2 sets of what do you call it? The opposite of down. It's
up.
No, the simulator, whatever the frig they call it.
I don't know.
I'm blanking right now, but it's not down. It's not the feather. It's the just the not foam, but it's like I can't believe synthetic, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Memory foam.
I have one of those. I don't love it, but I have every kind, is what I'm saying, and I use the pillow to suit my mood as well.
I'll tell you what.
Some pillows are better for other things. I got to sleep with 6 pillows. I can get away with 4, 3 if I'm dying. I got one between the legs. All right, I don't like that pillow to heat up.
Yeah.
I go one on the neck.
Yeah.
I don't like that pillow to cave. That's not good for feather for me, the neck.
Right.
I want to have it propped up and cool. You know, so different things do different things. I also sleep holding one.
Yeah.
Because I hate for my arm to be down here like this.
Right.
I like my arm to be in a natural resting position.
Right.
You got to find an ergonomic thing that works for you. And then you're going to see dividends throughout your day because you're going to walk around with a pep in your step. Yeah. You're going to feel refreshed.
Yeah. I'll never forget. We were in Cincinnati, you and I, and when we go on the road together, we stay, you know, we have a nice room, and we usually stay in one room together. Again, we're not gay men. It's just what we do.
Not gay men.
It's just what we do.
What? All of a sudden, if you want to save $1, sexuality comes into play?
Yeah, you can't make it. Yeah, that's what it is. So, and you're sleeping. You have your sleep apnea mask on.
That's true.
So but sleep apnea mask on. You have pillow.
By the way, you got to be real comfortable,
right,
to throw that mask on with somebody. So there you go.
So there you go. You have the pillows all around you. All around you. You have a pillow on your face. You have your phone with the alarm going off on top of the pillow.
Yes.
The alarm was going off, I shit you not, for about 45 minutes to the point where I was Googling, because I know his parents' names.
You might have came back from the gym.
Yeah, I came back from the gym and the alarm's still going off, where I was Googling his parents' names to try to get in touch with a member of his family to tell them, unfortunately, your son has passed away. And then thank God he woke up. And we figured it out, but I've never met a deeper sleeper than you. Yeah.
Well, that's because of the mask, though. Without the mask, they told me I
that saved your life
45 times a night or something like that. Yeah, saved my life. But also, so bedding. So do yourself a favor with the bedding, and you kind of have also like even the sleep wear.
Right.
Make it comfortable.
What do you mean? I just I go sleep in my underwear. I either sleep in my underwear or I sleep in a T-shirt like a girl.
I sleep in a T-shirt, but you
T-shirt,
can
no
get
pants.
sleep shirts, and you want to get moisture wicking. You want to get stuff that is soft to the touch. You want to feel like you're putting on a cloud.
So what do you sleep in?
I have multiple things. I have my favorite T-shirts that they're the right like poly cotton blends. Maybe have a little stretch in them, what have you. I'll show you when we leave here. I have one of my favorite ones right now. You'll touch it and you'll be like, I get this immediately.
I get that one, yeah.
And also, I want to tell you something, and I don't want to say. Let's not say this product yet.
Okay.
Until because maybe they'll end up being a sponsor, because
I was going to say
I go in hard in the paint with this underwear brand.
Okay.
They also have now.
Oh, I know the brand.
Yeah.
I know the brand. And it changed my life.
I
have them on right now, and it 100% changed my life.
I got them on right now.
I have them on right now.
I walk the talk. I live the walk. All those sayings, I do it.
Yeah, I have the underwear. The product that Sal's talking about, which listen, we'll mention it, but you better cough up the money, baby.
We won't mention it yet.
We won't mention it yet because we're playing the game here.
But I'm telling you right now, they're pretty expensive for underwear. I might have 30 pair. My goal is to never have to have enough for a month.
I tell you what, the goal is never have enough. I agree with you. The way I one time ate, I'm talking about 6 heads of broccoli just to try to get my gas to a point. I said, I'm going to blow a hole in these underwear. I need to test them. I need to factory test them. I've had them for 2 years.
Yeah.
I have the same ass.
Yeah.
It's the same gas coming out all the time. Not a stitch withstood, I mean, nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
It would be as if those,
How comfortable when you put them on? Do you forget you have on underwear?
Do you know how many times, because you also put me on the, hey, babe.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
So beat that. Let's drop that out. We have another, but listen to me. All will be revealed.
I'll tell you
this is like when Geraldo went into hey babe. I just cursed. This is like Geraldo when he went to Al Capone's house there, and he dug through the walls. It was a big special. At the end, they uncovered nothing but some newspapers, matches, and a couple empty bottles. But not us. We're going to tell you what the what do you call it?
Athleisure.
Athleisure. Yeah. We're going to tell you what the best athleisure is and the best underwear is. Changed my life.
My life. I mean, when you
don't want to walk around all day adjusting. You don't want to walk around sweating. You don't want to pulling and pushing and looking uncomfortable. You want to set it and you want to forget it.
And if you're a guy like me that has, I would say, an above average length of testicles, they hang a little too low. This underwear is perfect, snug. It's a cup. It's beautiful. And athleisure, I didn't even know athleisure existed. Now, not only have you told, I mean, I thought I was in that store that
you would do maybe just regular sweats, right?
Just regular sweats.
But someone found something between a dungaree and a sweat that also works in the gym, but then you could leave the gym and it's a seamless transition into shopping, getting lunch. This is what athleisure is.
And I'm telling you, I was in that store.
Yeah.
I was in that store buying athleisure that you had told me to buy, and I met a woman who I thought this is going to be my wife because these pants have changed my life. This woman's going to change my life, and then it wound up not working out because I neglected to tell the woman that I already had a wife. But it's just, but in my head, the scenario was this. That's how much that underwear and those pants changed my life. So anytime you give me a recommendation between the Hamlacher and can we keep Hamlacher and Schlemmerker?
Yeah, keep them
because I don't think they're going to come around.
God bless.
After we kind of said their product, shits the bed after 3 years. But
no, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
God bless them. And you know what?
You have a heavy head.
They do. And they discontinued the pillow, but they brought it back.
Yeah.
So I might just have to re-up. That's all because I had many good years with the pillow.
Yeah.
I had many good years with the pillow.
I hope that one day.
You're talking about what? 1,000 sleeps?
I mean, you sleep every day, right?
That's fine. Yeah. Also, you should also change your pillow anyway because bacteria builds up in the pillows. But what you also want to do is you want to get a really nice thread count cover before you put your pillowcase on. That'll give you a longer life for your pillow itself.
And then
they're really fair market value, like $10, $15.
Another thing about Sal, again, because we've hung out so much, we've been on the road so much. I've never once. It happened one time, and I couldn't believe it. We were in a city. When we get into a city, we get to a new place. We go right downtown. We find the shopping. We find the cute little districts.
Not gay.
Not gay. I saw it happen once. I'll never forget. I remember the exact moment in time where we were. We were in Pittsburgh. I remember the exact moment. He walked past a candle shop and did not go in.
Oh, I love a candle.
If there's a candle shop in your town, Sally V is going to go in there. He may come out. I'm not kidding you. He may spend $1,000 hard American cash on candles.
Yeah, don't tempt me with a good time.
No, absolutely not. I've been with him in cities where we have to buy carry-on luggage to fit his candles to get back.
I swear to God, candles have become a problem with me because they are dense.
It's a fire hazard.
They are dense and they weigh like 5 pounds each. And sometimes now with the strict codes, all of a sudden I'm all paid for, but then my bag weighs too much. But then they want to bang out $100 if you go over 1 pound.
Yeah.
So I'm buying a couple candles. All of a sudden, the candles now I'm incurring $100 penalty.
You can't. Yeah. No, you're a home goods. You're a homey guy. If you wanna, I would say. I mean, at this point, you have already a career set up. Why not branch off and go into interior design? Why not do that? Why not say, hey, Sal Vulcano is going to come over and design my home?
Do you want me to tell you?
Is that a TV show idea?
Oh, my God, HGTV. Let me. I'm the Property Brothers. Call me up.
Max, but God, who knows how to find it?
Oh, yeah, HBO. Yeah. Yeah, HBO Max is out now. I'd love to understand what it means. But
yeah, the jokers are on.
Apparently, we're on it. HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Verizon, HBO Max. Get them all. Pick which one you like.
That's what it is.
It is what it is. No, what we say. Oh, so the candle. You know what I love? I love to set a mood.
Right.
I love ambiance. I think that's big too.
Right.
I love to get a setting to a place where I'm free of noise because we work hard, we work long, and we keep time with a lot of people, with a lot of projects, and all that. And there's a lot of noise, and I got to shut that noise out at the end of the day. I tried taking transcendental meditation.
Yeah.
And I
can't keep up with it.
I
can't. Two times a day, 20 minutes is too much.
It is, and I plan to revisit.
Yeah, me too.
But as of right now, I haven't done it.
What I do now to try to take the place of that is I try to just get up. I get up and then I sit up in my bed for 3 minutes and I just try to think good thoughts, then I go brush my teeth and have a drink of water. That's what I do. I try not to just look at my phone for the first 3 minutes when I wake up and I say I did TM.
That's what I was doing every morning, right? So I would wake up and then I'd turn on my phone, go on social media, and 1 hour laying there before I got up reading social media. And I read every tragic story of the day, and that's how I started my day.
No, good.
I stopped doing it about 5 weeks ago. Now I go on social media, literally, if like someone tags me and I got to read it, or I have to post something for myself or someone else, like I'll go on for that moment and I'm in and I'm out. And guess what? Real life is so much nicer than social media.
Do you really feel like truly that's had a major impact on your mental health is not looking at social media?
I know 1,000,000%. The effects were almost immediate.
Wow.
I felt the effects within days.
Right.
Days.
What about the news? You watch the news?
No.
See, that's the other big thing too. No news, no social media.
I'm tapping out now.
You don't know what the hell's going on.
I will. You know what I do now? Once every 2 weeks, I'll give it like a half-hour read. You know, I'll go to like as non-biased a site as I can. I'll give it a half-hour read just to get like, and believe it. You know what's crazy? In 2 weeks, the world changes like every 2 weeks. Like I'm reading stuff like, holy shit, I haven't looked at this in 2 weeks, and this is what it is now.
Yeah.
And then just kind of dip back out. I'm kind of trying to more focus on my personal health and like my family at large, you know, or just my personal relationships. And that changes right. It just changed right away. Yeah. Like because you know my health was taking a hit, dude. I was like I was having insomnia. Never had it in my life.
Well, you have the sleep apnea machine. How that
doesn't matter. And let me tell you what.
Hey, babe. That's all right.
We're trying not to curse.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what a night is like when you got a mask on and you can't sleep.
Oh my God.
You really want to find someone and just hurt them.
Let me ask you this now, real quick, because we are in pandemic rules now. Let's say, guy comes in, robs your house, person comes in, robs your house, steals all your masks. You have to get to the supermarket. Can you go into the supermarket with the sleep apnea mask on? It counts as a mask.
Absolutely not. Sleep apnea mask transmits air. Doesn't block it out.
So it'd be the worst idea, actually.
It was one of the worst.
Besides, what if you just took the tube
besides the fact that I just looked like I was like literally making like a student film of Top Gun. It's like it just doesn't.
What I'm saying, if you have to enter a store with some type of face, if the rules are face covering and you have nothing else, you could technically go in your sleep apnea mask to take.
First and foremost, I'd probably find a towel or an old T-shirt. I'd cut it up, and if we're really talking about what I would do, that's what I would do. Really, no, I think. Maybe like 4 people in my life have seen me with the sleep mask on.
I'm one of them.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
The other 2 are my parents.
Yeah.
And like maybe like, you know.
I could have taken a picture, exploited you for whatever I wanted.
Anything you wanted.
Anything you wanted. All the candles in
you
the
don't
world
put that on. You know when you get into a new relationship, there's 6 months of me. I hate my life, which is why I couldn't get into a relationship for a long time, because 6 months I was waking up, falling asleep in the middle of the day, sluggish, hating my life, because I can't put the thing on when you're laying to sleep next to someone new.
I would have loved if that. I don't know if the show's still going on, but the Masked Singer, you come out with the sleep apnea mask.
Yeah,
that would have been.
Well, the old ones were like this big. Now they've really made it like a little more convenient.
Yeah,
the old ones were like you were putting on straight up headgear.
I'm supposed to have a sleep apnea test on Wednesday.
I hope you pass.
But I hope so too. But I have to get a COVID test. Before you get to sleep, you have to take tests for COVID.
This is where we live now. You get tested for everything.
I have to, but I'm going to Lake George. I'm not going to have time. I hope they have. Does Lake George have? You think that Lake George has a place that does COVID tests? It's going to be
gotta be.
Yeah, because I can't. They said I cannot enter the building unless I'm proven that I don't have.
Have you had one yet?
Yeah, I've had 3 of them. I'm waiting for the antibodies.
Anti or Cove?
I've had 3 COVID, 3 antibodies. 0 for 3 on both.
Okay, I've had a test. No antis. Never had the Cove.
Right.
Is it? Okay, I've heard no big deal. I've heard worst thing in the world. They poke you in the brain, I heard.
It doesn't feel great. I got to be honest with you. It doesn't feel great.
Is it hurt?
It hurt. The nose one hurt. It gets up to about
after
here.
It comes out. Is it like one of those things where you like have an ice cream headache or something like that?
No, I didn't have any residual headaches, but it jammed up there and it hurt. Like it really.
Like,
I was like, come on, like that, and they're like, sorry, buddy.
Oh, you even said so it hurt enough for you to tell them you said out of your mouth, come on.
Yeah.
I don't like
when he took out the COVID stick to test me, I thought he accidentally took out 2 that were taped together. I said, you have 2 in your hand. He said, no, this is the stick. I said, excuse me? That whole thing's going up my nose?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I said, excuse me? And then he jammed it up my nose. And it's one of those, and it actually, one of the guy, my daughter's godfather is an ER doctor, so he's the one that did it, and he did it in my nostril, and then he did it in my other nostril.
Excuse me?
And then I said, you know, and he said, we got to get both nostrils. And then I found out that you only have to do one. He did it to mess around with me.
You're shitting
Yeah,
me.
he did it twice, and he thought it was the funniest thing. He was telling all his coworkers, I just did this kid twice.
Because you can have co in this one and vid in this one, but you don't have it in both.
You don't have it in both. He just said, I caught this kid twice.
But here's what I don't get. How long before you get the results?
That one, because it was done at his hospital, I got it in about 6 hours. But normally it's 3 to 5 days, but with the backlog of tests, it could be 2 weeks.
Right. So Chris,
yeah,
can you please tell me if you know of any place that I can go if I want to get a little bit of discreet counseling?
Off the top of my head, the number one place that I'm thinking of is BetterHelp.com.
Well, what's that? I got to go to some office?
No.
What's that? I got to pay outrageous prices?
Nope.
Well, I got to wait 2 weeks to start it?
Nope. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. Get a discreet, licensed counselor to hear whatever it is you want to talk about for a great price. If you put in the promo code HeyBabe, you actually get 10% off the first month.
10% off American.
Go to 10%. As far as I know, I was told 10% American money wherever you could be in Islamabad, Pakistan.
Right.
You're still going to get off 10% American for the first month by going to BetterHelp, not health, BetterHelp, HELP.com. Promo code HeyBabe, HEYBABE, 10% off the first month. It's just it's the right thing to do.
I can't believe I asked you that because you had all the information I needed.
Sal, a lot of times I'll see you doing things and I'll say, why don't you just ask me?
Yeah.
And I'm happy that on the podcast, you decided to ask me.
Remember that time I was just putting a straw into an orange and you were like, you should just pour yourself a glass of juice?
Yes.
I should defer to you more often.
Where do you think, because like I was just like you, how many times did you see me putting the straw into the orange?
A lot.
How did I learn to start drinking orange juice? BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com is where I learned that you don't have to do that. It's just in the commercial do they stick the straw in the orange juice.
You know what? It makes sense because we could all use
BetterHelp.com
/HeyBabe for 10% off. Can we talk about one of your favorite products?
Sure.
Blue Chew.
Wow, love it.
Yeah, and what does it do? You chew it and it helps you.
Helps get your penis to stand up.
Then it is what it is.
For years, Sal, for years, before I went to BlueChew.com and put in the promo code HeyBabe and got it for free. I only paid the $5 shipping. Literally, you just pay $5 and you can have your penis back.
I don't understand the business model.
It's crazy. BlueChew.com, promo code HeyBabe. They give it to you for free. Literally, for years before I found this product, as you know, as many of you know, I have a very hard time getting an erection, sustaining an erection. I literally had a friend who worked in the hospital. I had the things that shock people back to life when they're having a heart attack. I used to put them on both my testicles and try to get my guy to stand up, and it didn't work.
You defibbed your testicles.
I would defib my penis and balls weekly before I was going to have sexual relations with a woman or man, depending on how much vodka I drank. And it just I would run into problem after problem.
That
the only
seems
time,
inconvenient, yeah.
The only time in the past few months that I've been able to be hard for almost all of the day is when I went to BlueChew.com and I put in the promo code HeyBabe. And I got it for free right to my house.
It's made in the USA.
No, it's not, is it?
It is. It is. It's prescribed online by licensed physicians, right? So
yeah.
You don't have to go to the doctor anymore. This was used to be a taboo thing.
Yes.
We're normalizing this because everyone deals with it, right? It's cheaper
Right.
than a pharmacy. They ship it right to your door. It's discreet. There's no more awkwardness.
No.
None of that stuff. That's why you love it so much.
As a matter of fact, since I've been on Blue Chew, now every time a postman opens the door, because I used to hate to have to get the post. I used to hate to, like, especially during the pandemic, I got to get the package from the person. There's germs. Now the post people know to just leave the package at the door because every time religiously I open the door, I have a full erection.
That's right.
I come out with a full erection from BlueChew.com, promo code HeyBabe, $5 shipping. The rest is free.
I mean, it's just, I mean, I don't even know what else to say.
I have no idea what to say other than I'm happy to be hard. Sal, you know what I want? Quick and easy meal solutions. That's all I want.
We have that covered.
What do you mean?
HelloFresh. HelloFresh does that. Hello Fresh sends meals right to your door. It's
right to your door?
Yeah, if you're on the go, if you want to learn how to cook, all these, there's so many things. Let me tell you, cooking is cathartic. I just recently started
100%.
it, and I started it because of HelloFresh. I didn't cook. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to worry about ingredients.
No, and the bills are so much in the grocery store.
Cut down on your bills and your food waste because you're buying too much. They send you pre-portioned ingredients, so you're not overbuying. You're not hitting your wallet. You're not wasting stuff for the planet. They have Easy Eats offerings, which is like meals that are oven ready or only take like 10 to 20 minutes.
That's my next question.
I have a busy sketch.
I only have 10 to 20 minutes to do this. I mean, how many podcasts I'm doing? We're doing all this stuff. I got 10 to 20 minutes.
Babe, if you have 10 to 20 minutes, you have enough to do HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.com/HeyBabe10. You use the code HeyBabe10, and you're going to get 10 free meals, including the free shipping. I mean, it's like, how do these companies make money?
I don't understand it, but if I tell you right now, you're a goddamn fool if you don't take advantage of this. 10 free meals?
10 free meals. HelloFresh.com/HeyBabe10. 10 free meals, including free shipping. And you want to know why you get that deal? Because it's America's number one meal kit. What's up? It's Chrissy Stand-Ups. Listen, February 12th, 13th, Valentine's Day weekend, I'll be doing Atlantic City, New Jersey, the Celebrity Theater. Then February 25th to the 27th, hot, Phoenix, Arizona, House of Comedy. Then just added March 6th, the Vogel, Red Bank, New Jersey. We just added 2 shows there. Go get them. The tickets sold out real quick last time. Go to chrisdcomedy.com for tickets. That's chrisdcomedy.com for tickets. I'm Chrissy Stand-Ups. Let's have some fun.
We're expected to then get it and then quarantine strict for 2 weeks. And then they call you and say you don't have it.
Right.
And then you're free to go out again and maybe get it.
Yeah.
The day you go out again resets the results you got from the 14 days.
That's allegedly what they say, yeah.
So I don't understand how we're supposed to what is it? I have no idea. My mother, go ahead. No, I guess if you have it, then you've quarantined for 14 days. But then by the time he tells you have it,
right,
you have been there 14 days. And then you're like, am I over it? Or I can go back out now, but you don't know. You probably have to get another one.
And it's so confusing. And doctors are not, I don't think, some doctors are, but a lot of doctors are not doing a good job of explaining test results to people. My mother goes and gets a COVID test.
Gary's ex-girlfriend?
Gary's ex. Yeah, Gary's ex goes and gets a COVID test. She gets the results 2 days later. They tell her, sign in on this portal. It says pending, okay? Then she says, okay. So she goes and signs on. She goes, whatever, the next day signs. It says negative. Okay, great. So she's like, I'm good. Then she goes and signs on the next day because she got an alert, new updated scores. It just says the number 19. So then she's like, what is this now? It just says pending the number 19. Nobody answers her phone. Nobody. Then she signs on the next day or 2 days later. They pull the test off the portal. It's just now her test results aren't there. So for about...
Did we clean these?
Did we clean these? But no.
Interesting.
Do we need to clean them?
Well, who used them?
Just us. Oh, that's right.
So this might have droplets. This is all live, folks. This is unfolding.
How do we prevent
it's
this?
Unfolding live. We should get new of these.
Well, you guys are gonna buy mics for here.
Yes, but as of right now, this is the Wild West.
Well, it hasn't been used in 3 days.
So chances are, if it hasn't been used in 3 days, and it's been in a heated environment.
Hold on, let's defer to Mike, the engineer.
Yeah,
Mike, in 3 days, in a soft, windproof microphone cover. Do you know what the rules are?
Mike, our guy who's wearing a shirt that says "Every asshole and every place sucks."
Yes. Let's go to Homeless Pimp for the update.
Yes. Yeah, and Giannis is the definition of a hypochondriac with this stuff. Okay. I mean, I went to Montauk last weekend, and he didn't want to do the podcast. He's like, no, not if you. I was like, I was around my daughter and a couple other people on the beach.
Yeah.
And seawater.
You're one of not many people that I have seen.
I'll tell you this.
I mean, it's not little. It's not like 5 people. But over the last 4 months, it was 2 people for like a month. Then it was like 5 people, then 10, and maybe. But I'm talking about the same people because I know that I trust them that they're being strict. So.
Well, I know, and it's because of that. Like at least in the state of New York, Governor Cuomo just said this today. Only in the whole state, not the city, in the whole state, only 120 people tested positive for COVID yesterday. Okay. There's 9 million people, only 120 tested positive.
So odds are like 15, 20%.
So you have very high odds you're going to get it.
Yeah. Okay. No, but so you were telling your mom 19. Nobody answers it.
And then so for a week and a half, she's like, I have no idea if I have COVID or not. Right. They finally call her. They say no. you don't have COVID. The tests are fine. She said, well, why did somebody write, why was there the number 19 on the chart? And they said, that's your breaths per minute. You take about 19 breaths per minute. We tested that.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I swear. She's like, oh, we tested your breaths per minute while you were sitting in the chair. So we put that on. But they just put the number 19 with no explanation.
That's crazy.
How funny is that? It's
that
like, so she thinks she has 19. She was calling. She's like, I got 19.
Do you know why it's called that?
Because it's 2019,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, COVID-19. That's why it's called that. Do you realize, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this whole thing, I don't know. I mean, I've been taking my precautions. I mean, I got the mask on. But what do you do, like when you sneeze, do you sneeze into the mask or do you pull the mask down and sneeze?
I haven't sneezed in a mask.
I told you I don't sneeze much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I sneeze regular.
Right.
But I don't recall sneezing in a mask because that would have resonated with me. Oh, shit, what do I do with this right now?
Right.
I guess there's nothing. Well, because you don't want to have your own sneeze in your own mask, I guess.
I guess.
But
yeah,
really, that's the whole point. You cover your sneeze.
Right.
So it'd be crazy to be like, oh, shit, I got to sneeze. Then put it back on.
Yeah. Dude, one time I took my daughter to the pediatrician. She had a cold or whatever. And they said, this was pre-corona stuff. They're like, the doctor was like, give her medicine, whatever, and keep away from her, don't share cups, whatever. I'm like, oh, absolutely. Getting her jacket on. I pick her up. I literally pick her up, turn her around. She's like waiting, I guess. It just seemed like turning around. I'm talking to the doctor still, mouth open. She sneezes, full sneeze, achoo, directly into my mouth. I felt it hit my tonsils. God. And the doctor said, in about 12 hours, you're not going to feel well.
Oh, my God.
I want to say 12 hours to the second. 102-degree fever, sick, blah, 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 blah,
That's crazy. People don't believe this about me, but I've said it my whole life, and I know because it's happened to me my entire life. So I have 1,000 instances to refer back to. But I go, if someone when I don't feel well, if someone sneezes near me, right, and I'm close enough, I go, that's it. In a couple hours, I'm going to be sick. They laugh at me. I get sick in a couple hours. I have 100 out of 100 instances where that has been the case. Yet people refuse to believe me.
Right.
I know when I'm getting sick. I know how, why. I know how my body works.
Yeah.
Someone's around me coughing all the time. If I feel it, I go, I feel a tickle. And they go, it's impossible for you to feel a tickle in your throat this soon. I go, maybe I have superpowers of catching a cold, but I feel it and I'm always right. And it always happens without fail.
I feel like that we have three things in common and three big things in common. We both are, on the fence. Are they gay or they straight? You don't know. You make the call. Right. We both sound like the nanny, and then our immune systems are terrible. I don't know anybody who gets as sick as much as I do, except you. We're constantly getting sick.
Yeah, or now I'm doing everything I can to prevent getting sick. So I'll take.
Tell them what you take because it's insane. I want to know it all.
No, I do. I take a lot of herbs and supplements.
No, but what are they specifically? Because one time you ran them off, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay. So I take an echinacea.
Right.
I take an elderberry tablet. I take a apple cider vinegar tablet.
Right.
I take green tea, but that's for metabolism.
Isn't there something else called like St. John's wort? Don't you take something like that?
St. John's wort.
Don't you take something like...
I take a baby aspirin.
Okay.
By the way, talked to my doctor the other day. He's like, why are you doing that? I said, well, I heard it was a healthy thing to do. It keeps your blood flowing and an aspirin a day. It's even on the thing. There's a little heart on the bottle.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, like in your 50s, but you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, how long have you been doing it? I said, 6 to 8 years or whatever.
Yeah,
he's like, stop it.
Stop it. Didn't you take so much vitamin C that you crystallized your own urine?
That's correct. So I take a D, 5,000 IUs. I take a D. I take a multi.
Yeah.
I also take a green juice loaded with supplements. And then I take a C. And I thought if you don't need it, you just piss it out.
Right.
So I would just want to be hyped up at all times.
Right.
Max vitamins.
Yeah.
Because when I get sick, I go down 2 to 8 weeks. Common cold, 2 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I've been with you times where you've been floored.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Imagine having a common cold 8 weeks. It's happened to me.
It's happened to you.
And I said never again.
Yeah.
I also said that with hangovers, and that's why I really don't drink anymore.
Right.
But that's another story for another podcast.
We smoked the sativa.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, we did. We smoked the sweet and low.
Yeah.
So I said, now I go, I get my blood work done. They said, you want to do a little urine too? I said, of course I can.
Sure, why the hell not?
Yeah, let's do it.
You're also a guy who doesn't urinate a lot, so this is you're about one a day.
I urinate now. I'm lucky if I do.
We're opposites.
I urinate. No, I urinate. I have a whole.
Hey, babe.
I keep cursing.
That's all right.
We're trying not to curse.
Yeah.
I urinate.
That's the name of the podcast. We're trying not to curse.
I urinate about every two days.
That's insane. Folks at home, did you hear what Mr. Vulcano just said to the group?
Yeah.
He urinates about every 2 days.
2 days.
Do you understand how nuts that is to me?
So I looked this up, and we're supposed to urinate 6 to 8 times
a day.
That's normal. I urinate every 2 days for 6 to 8 minutes. What? I swear to God, like you can play like 2 tracks off like an Oasis album, and I will piss through them.
And does it get to a point where when you finally have to piss, it's like you have to go?
It's like, get out of the way. Nothing's going to stop us now, like Starship.
Has a doctor ever commented on what that could be from?
I don't really tell them. I get nervous. I don't want anyone poking around with my urethra. I'm like just hoping for the best on my own.
See, as much as we're the same, we're different because I'm the exact opposite where I'm not lying to you, Sal. I'm being dead serious, especially if I'm drinking a lot of water. I probably urinate 15 to 20 times a day. That's
probably... Well, that might not be good either.
It's not.
It's healthier than me though.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know.
I always thought it was like a big great feature for myself. Like I'm not bothered with peeing. Yeah. But then I learned that that's really, really bad. And then so the other day I went to pee and I didn't have to. Right. So they took my blood. I was getting the antibody test and everything. And then they said, "You want to do a urine test?" I said, "Let's do it." And then they said, "Pee." And I said, "Well, I don't pee today."
Yeah, today's not the day. What's today? Saturday? No, I don't pee.
No, it's tomorrow night, 7 to 9.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Somewhere in there.
That's what I have in my planner.
I don't pee. And then they said, "Try." And I went in and I produced pee, but it was all the pee I could produce was just up to the fill line. Right. So now I tell you this because there's a postscript to the crystals. Okay. So I give him the pee. It was everything I had. And it was just the right amount. Yeah. He sent it away. He comes back. He says, "There's crystals in your urine." I said, "What the hell does that mean?" He says, "You can get kidney stones." Right. Which are apparently brutally bad. It's, painful,
like giving birth. Yeah.
Giving birth.
Yeah.
So I was shook to my core. Right. And I said, "What's causing this?" He said, "It could be a number of things. Too much protein, too much vitamin C, not enough water, etc." So a few of those things. So right away, I'm taking too much protein. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Because I can tell. I eat protein products. Right. Not just like chicken, but like when I leave the house, if I want to have a snack and I don't want to make sure I don't go crazy, I'll have like a protein bar. Right. So I'm loading. He goes, "You don't need that much protein." Then he says, "How much vitamin C you taking?" And we talked about this.
It was an insane amount.
We talked about this the other day. It was 6,000% of the daily allowance.
Of the daily allowance.
Which is crazy, but I didn't intend for it. He said, "How long you been taking 6,000% vitamin C?" I said, again, probably 6 to 8 years. And he goes, "You need to stop immediately taking." Immediately. Start taking the vitamin C. Yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna get it in some things, but I lowered down about 5,000% on that.
Right, which is smart. Yeah.
And now I'm trying to drink a lot more water. I'm trying to drink at least like 8 cups a day or what have you. Right. I don't always do it, but
since I've been with you, I've seen you drink about 3 seltzers. Now 4.
Yeah. So and I made him look this up. Is a seltzer equal to a water?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I asked. He said a seltzer will take the place of a water if you just consistently are drinking seltzers. But if you get to the point where you're very thirsty, seltzers won't hydrate you the way that water will. So if you feel thirsty, that means you waited too long. You're not drinking enough water. Have water. But if you're just cracking it open because you're making yourself drink the water that you're supposed to be, seltzer could do the job there. Does that make sense?
It doesn't, but if a doctor said it, I'm here for it. So
now I'm afraid about the kidney stones.
Dude, just every time you pee, you're like, here, it's going to, if you get a pain in your back, you're like, I got
Well, that I do. I think we're all like that. All you got to do is plant the seed in my head, and it's manifesting.
Since you've said that, I feel pain in my kidneys.
I swear to God.
I can take on.
I might pass a stone before this podcast.
Yeah, 100%. And you can get that at the Patreon.
No, so maybe we'll do a Patreon one day. No. So I'm nervous about that. But then he told me, then we were talking some more, and I said, he said the proper way to do, because I don't know how we got into some real heavy piss talk, professional piss talk, and he was like, the way you do it, he goes,
that could be the name of the podcast.
You go professional piss talk. He goes, you do is, he goes, did you pee directly into the cup? I was like, as opposed to, yeah, and he's like, no, he called it a technique. I swear to God, and he said, no, you. Not this, but like you stream in place. Yeah. So he's like, you begin to pee for a few seconds, and then swoop in underneath.
That's the correct technique?
Catch midstream. Don't let your first pee go into the cup. I said, well, I got news for you, Doc. It wasn't my day to pee. Yeah. I squeezed, and anything I had was start to finish in that cup. He said, that's not then necessarily going to be an accurate read. The next time, I'm going to want to take you pee again, and I need you to pee for a while and then swoop in.
Nobody's ever said that to me once in the history of me peeing into cups.
What about your best? What about Delilah's godfather?
He's going to get a call right after we're done.
got to tell people these things.
How the hell could I not know to pee in midstream?
I didn't know until he told me. I wouldn't feel slighted.
Jesus. So in other words, now they don't know.
A weird reading. It's not an accurate reading.
So you couldn't be in no danger. You could go back up to 6,000% if you show him the midstream reading.
Possibly. Although I want to err on the side of no kidney stones, so I just cut out. I won't even look at orange now.
Right. A great friend of the show, Joe Bartnick, who's a great guy, said that he passed a kidney stone in the parking lot of a Pittsburgh Steelers game once.
I heard that story.
Yeah. He was
and if you know Joe Bartnick, he absolutely did.
He said
he kept going.
He told me he drank 10 beers, and then he had to pee like you can't imagine how he had to pee. He said it was like, imagine drinking 10 beers and that pee, and no pee would come out. He was pushing and nothing because the kidney stone was blocking. So he said he just put his hands on the porta potty wall and pushed and pushed and pushed like he's giving birth, and then he said it went ding and banged off the side of the porta potty wall, and he let go, in his words, a quote, river of piss into that porta potty.
Holy shit.
Literally, he said it was the most painful thing that he ever had to do, but once it did it, he said he was done, and then he said he drank about another 10 beers and went into the game. So he passed a kidney stone.
Yeah, but you could have more than one stone.
That's a surgical intervention is a kidney stone. And he pissed one out and went to a Pittsburgh Steelers game.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Joe Bartnick, also the person who didn't his shoes break at Giannis's wedding. Didn't his rental shoes, didn't the soles come off of it?
The soles of them.
And then he walked around with no shoes and he put the soles in his back pocket or something like that?
Yeah, he had the sole.
Didn't he?
Yeah, that was it. He had the sole of his shoes in his back pocket. And then somebody, I forgot. No, it wasn't Bartnick because he was there. But somebody got so drunk they fell asleep at the cocktail hour and woke up the next morning. They missed the whole wedding.
Wow.
Somebody did that. I'm forgetting who that was.
I remember seeing Bartnick and his tuxedo shoes were in his back pocket.
Yeah.
And then I looked down and I think that the top half was on, but the soles ripped off.
Yeah, and he didn't. And Joe Bartnick allegedly didn't get a +1, but just showed up with one of his friends. Giannis doesn't know.
Again, if you know Bartnick.
If you know Bartnick, it's just some guy that he met at the airport, brought him to the wedding.
So, I love Bartnick.
I love Joe Bartnick. But so that's what it is with the kidney stones. I mean, I don't know, man. Medically, I am a big time
what was one of your biggest medical, like, have you ever had an operation that you got, like?
The only time I've ever gotten anesthesia is when I got a colonoscopy. And what happened is, I got a colonoscopy. So I got it. I'm 30.
You had to go out?
I had to go out.
I'm nervous to go out because they could do. Oh no, not colon. I'm thinking of a prostate exam. Oh, you had the oscopy.
I had a prostate exam as well.
Same time?
Yeah. Well, did I ever tell you about the time
I wouldn't want to be out if they're gonna do the prostate.
So what happened was,
I feel like, I don't know. People are gonna be like, "Look, he's on TV. This is funny."
I had that's one of the pranks. I had a couple.
We had Murray get a prostate exam on air.
Really?
For a punishment, and then when he was done, we had to get a second opinion. and we wanted to do a third and a fourth opinion, and we got outvoted. But
I went. It was a weird 3 months. So first, I take a big crap, and then I take it.
That's where the story starts.
Yeah, that's where
at the big crap.
I take a big crap. One of those ones where, like, whatever, I'm friends, whatever your friends. I took a picture of it, sent it to my.
You think is crap your go-to? I never say crap.
I always say
you
crap.
Say crap.
I say crap.
I never say crap. It sounds so funny.
I'm Chrissy Craps.
I don't know what I say. I guess shit. Some people say I got a deuce, but like I never say I took a big crap.
I took a big crap. Yeah, I took a big crap. I said I banged the crap out of her.
Yeah. No, that I get. But when I'm talking about like the crapper.
Good crap, yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever say where's your crapper?
I say I don't know. I think I say, where's your toilet? I think I just go.
I don't say toilet either. I think toilet's an embarrassing word.
Toilet's an embarrassing.
It's too vulnerable.
Toilet.
Like so much happens in a toilet.
Yeah.
And so much is associated with a toilet. I'd rather say, I don't even say bathroom. You know what I say? Restroom.
Restroom.
You know what I even say sometimes we'll do?
What?
Washroom.
Wash.
Swear to Christ.
You know what my father says?
You say toilet.
You know what my father would say if he was here in your personal home? Where's your men's room? He would say. He wouldn't even say. He would say, "Do you have a men's room?"
So funny. No, because people say, like in Europe, they say toilet. That's the regular toilet. Where's the toilet? It's weird.
I say toilet. So
toilet's also a weird, embarrassing word.
So I took a picture of my crap, and I sent it to my friend who's the ER doctor, my daughter's godfather, just saying,
God bless this man.
Look at this turd, like whatever. And he goes, that's hilarious, but let me give you a call. So he calls me. He goes, looking at that crap, I don't love the color of it.
Really?
And I said, what do you mean? He goes, what'd you eat? What'd you eat? I said, I don't know. Like, I don't remember what I ate. Like, probably pizza and, you know, Skittles, whatever I ate. He goes, I don't love the color of it. I would go to a GI doc. So I go to the GI doc. I show him the picture of the crap. He goes, we don't love that color. We don't love it when it looks like that.
Nobody likes the color.
People aren't in love with the color.
What is the color?
Basically, like, you know, I was told, like, it could be problems with, like, your bile ducts, liver problems, gallbladder issues.
No, but I mean literally, what was the color?
Oh, it was, I would say it was more.
If you pulled out a Crayola crayon.
If I pulled a Crayola crayon, one side of it was very dark, almost like black, and the other side was like lightish gray. So it looked like, yeah, it didn't look great. So I go and
odd colors.
Odd colors.
Black and gray.
Black and gray. So then I go and get the colonoscopy. They say nothing's good. He says, how about this?
At that point, I'm almost hoping something's wrong. Because if I went and got a colonoscopy for no reason, I would be upset.
Well, it's interesting because, and I didn't know how to feel about this, but my friend who's a doctor was like, that's just what happens. It's okay. Like, it's better. They say the colonoscopy was fine. It was fine. They said, we looked in, you know, they're supposed to, their job is to look in my colon. He says, the colonoscopy is fine. He said, when we're taking the cameras out, we did notice you have a small skin tag on your anus, so we removed that. I swear.
They didn't ask you.
I swear, they didn't ask you.
They didn't ask you.
They said you might.
Was it pro bono?
Yeah, they said you might.
Did they charge you?
They put a bandage on my ass. On my anus. That wasn't part of the procedure.
So during it, they also did actual plastic surgery on your physical asshole.
He told me, you already knocked out. It was an easy snip. I said, it could turn into something down the line. I know it wasn't part of the procedure, but I just went with my gut, and I removed the skin tag on your anus. And I woke up, and then he said, you may feel slight discomfort the next time you poo because you have a bit of a cut, an open wound on your anus. And you know what? It's just so they said.
Did it hurt? Or was it a
no?
problem?
No, it was fine.
Would you have known they did it if he didn't tell you?
I would have had no. I would have thought that the discomfort I'm feeling, if I felt the discomfort while pooing,
due to the oscopy.
Was due to the fact that I had a 6-foot snake camera in my colon.
See, that's the thing. That's why I don't want to be out for any of these things.
Right.
Because I don't want them taking liberties like that.
Right.
You're going to wake up and you tell me you just did an extra few things to my ass?
Yeah. And then lo and behold, I said, well, why the hell did my poop look those colors? And then, you know, they said, I don't know, you know, could be this, could be that. And then I'm trying to figure it out. I realized when I took the picture of the poop, I had a Snapchat filter on. So I said
no, come on.
I swear to God.
No. God. So you had adjusted highs and lows.
I didn't realize.
You had brightness in there.
I had brightness that you saw. I sent out a distorted.
Your contrast was up to 95.
I had a Snapchat filter on the poop, and then it made it look like it was sickly.
So your Snapchat filter resulted in you getting skin tag removed from your ass,
and a false colonoscopy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you talk about that?
No.
That's a bit hand delivered right there.
No, I mean it's just what it is. Like, and then so that happened.
Again, never heard that story.
There you go.
I don't know how I don't know this stuff about you. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna. Let me know when you think I know everything.
That happened mid-October. Okay. Fast forward a few 2 months, mid-December. No, early December. So 6 weeks later, me, my mother, my daughter go to Disney World. Okay. So we're going to Disney.
I remember you went.
Yeah, we're at Disney World. Great time, whatever.
Where they charge you $4,000 for a haircut.
For the Bippity Boppity Boutique Cafe. Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Bippity Boppity.
Bippity Boppity Boutique. I mean, $650 to cut my daughter's hair like Cinderella. It was a freaking full ripoff. To have tea with the princess. I swear to God, they gave my kids Sanka.
We called Disney. We were gonna surprise her with that.
Right.
And we called you and they said we're gonna do it, and you were like, we already did it.
Yeah, I did it.
You're like, just don't do it. It's do it. It's like $1,000 for them to cut her dead ends.
Cut her dead ends and put her up in a Cinderella bun, which she took out about 2.5 hours later because her head was itchy. So it was, but whatever. It's all
Disney.
for the kids.
They know what they're doing. Disney.
They're rip
That's
off.
That's why it's only $7.99 for the streaming.
Yeah,
because it's $1,000 to cut the split ends
off Disney
Plus. Millions of children a day.
Yeah, you hear that, HBO Max?
Yeah.
So
$7.99, you get our full library. Don't worry, we'll get you for the cool G when your daughter has a split end and wants a French braid.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's where we get you. So I'm in Disney. And I keep having to pee, which is normal. I told you I pee 15 to 20 times a day, no problem. But then it's getting to the point where I have to go pee, and nothing's coming out. Little dribbles of it are coming out. So I'm saying, here we go. Here we go.
Meaning that
almost
you thought you had to pee But you didn't, so you had a pee sensation? Or you thought there was blockage?
I thought,
or
I thought there was blockage.
There was no strength behind the stream?
First, I thought it was blockage. I said, let me text Bartnick. He's the guy to know. Then find out it's not that. Then it's like, literally, it's like, oh, I always felt there was like pee-pee at the end of my pee-pee. So I always felt like there was pee-pee at the end of my penis. So it just felt weird. It felt like wet down there, and there was pee-pee there. So I call my friend who's a doctor, and he says...
Is that how you explain it to him?
Yeah. I say... And then he says to me, he says, look, he says, Chris, he says, I'm not sure, but you're going to be gone for 7 days. You're not feeling comfortable. He's like, I'm pretty sure, based on some of the escapades you've told me about, you might have chlamydia again. Some people in the streets know me as Chris.
It's not double jeopardy? You can get it twice?
You can get it twice. I didn't know.
I thought once you get it, you're in the clear.
You're in the clear. No, allegedly not. So, Chrissy chlamydia, now I'm in a...
it's the Chriscapades.
It's the Chriscapades.
Yeah.
Now I'm in a state of shock.
Yeah.
Because I'm with my mother and my daughter in Orlando, Florida, waiting to get on, it was called the Slinky Dog Dash. That's what we're waiting to get on. that roller coaster. Waiting to
Coincidentally, that's what you did to get you the chlamydia.
The Slinky Dog Dash. Exactly. So I go, he says, look, I'm going to drop a prescription into a local pharmacy, a local CVS or whatever in Orlando area. I'm going to throw you a bomb. So thank God.
You just march in there confident with like a Mickey Mouse hat on and just get
well, that's what it said. That's what I was going to say.
What I didn't realize.
I didn't realize. I walk in, I have my first day at Disney shirt on, and my daughter had made me put on, because again, I'm just in a height of panic. I had the goofy propeller hat on, walking to get STD medicine from the pharmacist. He goes, and then he hands it.
With the teeth?
With the teeth and the propeller. And I just said, and he just said, azithromycin. Take this for 7 days, no food, no sex. That'll be $19.99. And then I paid it, and it was one of those things where I was like,
wow.
And then I posted
a picture. First day at Disney.
My first day at Disney, and then I'm sneaking away each day, because again I'm in a little tiny
to apply
to try to take the pills. And my mother's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I got a headache, whatever." She's like, "Oh my God, like, are you okay?" But I'm taking this freaking STD medicine, and then I posted a picture of me and my daughter in front of the Magic Kingdom. I get put on this site called the DILFS of Disney.
No way.
There's a site called the DILFS.
That's amazing.
The DILFS of Disney. And then
that is amazing.
Yeah, the DILFs of Disney. And then I come, and then I'm sitting down.
That's an honor.
I didn't know. It's me, my mother, and my daughter. We're eating at I think it was called Gaston's Tavern. Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. He has a tavern in Frontierland.
He's doing well. He did something after the movie with the money.
Gaston. Now I don't know what he's doing with his employees, if they got a small business loan or what.
He comes out. He's like, I'm the manager. I heard there was an issue.
Yeah, but Gaston's Tavern. Me, my mom, and my daughter are sitting there, and some girl comes up and she goes, "Oh, hey, what's up?" She goes, "Chris, right?" She goes, "I just saw you in the DILFs of Disney." And then my mom's like, "What's a DILF?" And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, "Dads, I love fun. Mom, Disney." And it was just like one of those like back-to-back things. So I'm like, I just got the chlamydia medicine. Now I got to explain to my mother what a DILF is. But thank God. So for 3 months between my butthole and my pee hole, there were some issues. But now I can comfortably say, poop feels great. The pee is beyond great.
Best pee you've ever had.
Best pee. There's nothing. No sex in
the golden age.
5 months. Nothing. I'm not having sex during I'm not having sex during a pandemic.
Right.
No way.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
I'm good.
I mean, people are doing it.
Oh my God! Some of our friends, I won't name their names. I mean, they're the sluttiest guy. I mean, these guys are hooking up with all these people. I'm like, how do you? God knows. I mean, with the pandemic.
I mean, I'm in a relationship. I still don't do it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like if I show you but it's like it's interesting because if I showed you my test results and I said negative COVID but positive everything else, it's fine. People don't want to get the COVID, but they'll get the clap.
Yeah, people are doing it, and you think it's because you think that's they just can't not do it.
They just can't not do it. I think sex is as important as breathing air and eating food. It's actually on Maslow's physiological needs. It's tier 1. We could do a whole episode about Maslow.
It's a tier 1. What are the other ones?
I forgot what the other ones are, but it's like.
What, is it because of a release, or is it because of human intimacy?
I think human intimacy, and I think deep down the subconscious need to want to procreate. I think that that's the same way strawberries
genetically programmed to want to procreate.
The same way strawberries have seeds on the outside, because when you eat a strawberry, a fruit that has a seed on the outside, you eat it, we eat it, and then the thought is we poop it. If we were living in the wild, we poop it, and the seeds are in our poop, act as fertilizer. The strawberries keep growing. You can't kill a strawberry. If you eat a strawberry, you eat it, you're just replenishing. The more strawberries you eat, the more you make. The more you kill, the more you make.
Like gremlins?
Like gremlins.
Wait, I've never heard of this in my life. Wait, do other fruits, do any other thing have seeds on the outside?
There's a few other
Nothing
fruits
comes to mind.
Strawberries definitely the headliner. But
you just blew my mind. I mean, I know they're on the outside, but I never thought of it, and I never thought of why.
And that's a genetic thing that the strawberry, over years and years and years
why
of
hasn't
evolution,
everybody else done that?
they can't come up to this. I mean, the strawberry is who he is.
The strawberry... I mean, look, I'm not trying to. I mean, I know that we're living in a cancel culture right now. And I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be edgy or nothing. But the strawberry, it's overrated.
What?
The strawberry's overrated.
So you take a blueberry over strawberry
Any day.
Any day.
2 times on Sunday.
Wow.
The Lord's Day, twice. No, because the strawberry for me, I can bite into one. I like it with cream. I like it with chocolate. Alone, it's a bit too sweet. It's a bit too much. I mean, like. It's a bit too much.
Interesting.
Do I like it in a pound cake in the middle somewhere? Nice.
Nice.
Do I like a strawberry ice cream? Yes. But
strawberry shortcake?
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Bite. Seed on the outside. That.
Yeah.
I can't just pound those. I have one. I'm like, I get it. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Interesting. Very interesting. I never thought in all these years I've known you, you would be so disrespectful towards a strawberry.
I'm just, listen, I'm dropping some truth bombs right now. But no, yeah, strawberry's not even in my, probably not in my top 10 fruit.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's a fruit you don't hear much about anymore? Pears.
Yeah, I never heard much about them, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they dropped off. Pears never meant anything to anybody. Pears are the, hey, babe. We're trying not to curse. Pears are the stepchild. Nothing against stepchildren. I am one, and I love my stepmom. I don't mean that. I just mean, but pears are the forgotten fruit.
Right.
Pears are the Staten Island of fruits.
Right, right.
We're the forgotten borough.
The fifth borough.
Nobody F's with a pear. I never have in my life. No, I don't crave a pear. You know, I like a pear. Maybe you like a, what do you call those? When they kind of, the ones that like you put in a salad with a nice gorgonzola, a nice maybe a walnut, and they put like those, not candied, but like.
Candied walnuts?
Like, no, the pear. The way they prepare the pear. They like, it's like a, what do you call it?
Like a garnish?
It's not raw pear. What do you call it when the pear's in there, but it's like.
An pear?
No. You know, they're not chopping up pear and just throwing it into the salad.
No, that'd be
ridiculous. Pear is
pear. I don't know.
It's like soft and more like
a puree.
No, it's not pureed. Everyone knows what I'm talking about, though.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, there's pear salad, and see the way they prepare that pear. But I mean, I ask, as a matter of fact, this is the reoccurring theme in my life that I ask people that I get to know or in social situations. I'm always asking about pears. I ask about it on set. I ask everyone, put your hands up if you bought a pear in the last year, last 9 months, last 6 months, last 3 months. And there's like 3 or 4 people out of 50 on our crew that buy pears every time they go to the supermarket, and no one has ever looked at those people the same again.
I wouldn't look at
because I don't understand like who craves and goes after pears. And even when you bite a pear, you're like, it's a fruit. Yeah. It's a fruit, and it tastes like a pear.
Yeah.
It tastes like a pear, but a pear doesn't really taste like anything else.
Yeah.
And it's not great. It's almost like a lime lollipop.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Like I don't like green candy.
And people do get offended because I went into Food Dynasty just the other day, and I asked the guy, I said, hey, where do you keep the pears? And he was like, during the pandemic, I don't want you to make those jokes. And I said, what do you mean? He was like, you know, stop asking me about pears. You know we don't have them.
No. I don't even know when they're in season.
I don't know.
I don't know the different types of pears.
Does it come off a tree? Does it grow out of the ground?
It comes off a tree.
Are you sure about that?
It's got to be a pear tree.
It's a partridge.
A partridge in a pear tree.
That's right.
They're not saying a partridge in a pear bush.
What's a partridge?
A partridge is a bird.
Okay. Which
I get into this with people. I don't know if birds are poultry, fowl, chickens, hens, roosters. I don't know the difference between any of them.
How about this?
I talked about this with the guys.
How about this? We'll say this before we go. The last thing, because I learned this because, you know, during the pandemic, I had to teach my daughter, you know, virtual classes. You have to become the teacher. Pumpkin, fruit or vegetable?
I would think vegetable.
I think it's fruit.
I would think it's a vegetable. Pumpkin soup. Pumpkin is a lot of times it's grilled. It's put in a grilled pear. They grill pears like that. Right. They roast pears.
Did you ever find out what the answer was?
Poached. Poached
pear.
Grilled pear. That's how they put them in salads if you don't want it raw.
Right.
And that I like. But you're getting the cheese, the gorgonzola, the walnuts. You're getting the dressing, and the texture is fun. It's a little sweet punch. It's in doses. I'm not biting into some raw pear.
Right.
And then also yeah. Do you know a person that is like, oh, pears on my stuff? Like I get pears.
I've never met a person that said they don't like pears. I have met my
people that just eat pears raw till the pit and throw it away like an apple. Something's wrong with you. If
something's
you do
wrong. No, yeah, I would never do that.
If you do that,
I'll tell you what. I did once get into a debate with a police officer because I was eating an apple and I threw the pit into the grass that I was walking in, and the officer said, "I'm going to give you a ticket for littering." I said, "Excuse me? What do you mean littering?" I threw it
back from where it came.
Yeah, it's biodegradable.
Yeah,
it's going to grow back into the earth. Had this whole debate. He let me off. No ticket.
Really?
Yeah. No ticket.
Well, okay. I got it. All right. I also want to touch on a time that you had it out with an officer because you thought you were allowed to make a right on red after midnight. Oh no, you were allowed to. You thought red lights.
No, yeah.
You thought red lights after midnight were suggestions.
Well, suggestions. Yes. I thought I'll never forget. I'm driving Casino Boulevard, Queens, New York. I'm driving. I could make a full stop at a red light. It's 1:30 in the morning. I make a full stop. And then I look all four directions, and I continue to go.
Yes.
All of a sudden, woo, 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 pulled over. Two officers come out of the car. One of them says license and registration. I said, I can't imagine what I've done, officer, but here you go. I say, I can't imagine what I've done. He goes, oh, really?
It's like you didn't know what you did, but that is bold from their end because you blatantly blew a red light. Yeah. And the first thing, it almost sounds like you're being smarty. You're being a smartass. Yeah. I can't imagine what I've done, but here you go.
Yeah, I can't imagine what I've done, but here you go.
Yeah.
You know, so he says, you can't imagine what you've done, huh? I said, yeah. Well, what did I do? He goes, you just went through a red light. I said, excuse me. I made a full stop. At that red light, I looked in all four directions. I counted silently to 3 in my head, and I proceeded through the red light with caution, as I'm legally allowed to do, between the hours of midnight.
Where did you get this
I don't know.
It's so specific.
That's what I thought. I genuinely thought that's what my driver's ed instructor, Mr. Mullins, R.I.P., said. I said between the hours of 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. in the confines of New York City, I can make a full stop and go through that light. And then the officer started laughing. He was like, wait a second. So you think that red lights are optional past midnight?
Yeah.
I said, that's what I've been told. And he goes, gives me 2 tickets. Yeah. One for going through the red light, and then one for, I think I had like an out headlight or whatever.
Oh, shit.
And then I said to him, I said, listen, I said, this will be, the headlight fine, but this will be fought in court because I know my rights and I know the rules. As soon as I get home, because I didn't have a cell phone that had the internet back then. As soon as I get home, I Google it. I said, I can't wait to, and then, it's clear as day that you absolutely cannot do that in any jurisdiction.
No one's ever thought it.
Yeah.
Right on red, maybe you get confused with.
Right on red is what I get confused with. I thought red lights were 100% optional. Just like for the
law. By the way, not a bad idea.
Yeah. Why not?
After midnight, if everyone's following them as stop signs, why not?
Right.
Sometimes you don't want to sit at a light for 4 minutes in the pitch black alone.
Yeah. 2 things that I thought always. I thought the high school failed me in that. The red light thing, and then I also thought the way you could get HIV/AIDS was if I had sex with you and we didn't use a condom and our blood types were to a point that they could mix and give AIDS. I didn't understand that the only way I can get HIV/AIDS is if you have it, you give it to me. So I would be paranoid.
You were just checking blood types left and right.
I was paranoid about getting HIV or AIDS for years if I didn't use a condom because I said, I'm not sure. I'm not going to ask this girl on the first date what her blood type is. But I will go raw dog. But I don't know if it's going to mix and get AIDS. So those 2 things, I would say, are the 2 dumbest things that I thought.
I will say, if you're a high school, what do you call it, the driver's ed guy?
Yeah.
If he somehow told you something weird like that, like my guy, I remember the one takeaway I have from mine. The guy was like, you want to be careful. Most likely you don't want to drive in snow.
Right.
And we said, oh, because you could slide and stuff. He's like, no. He said, if you get into the car with a chunk of snow or ice on your boot or shoe, and that comes off your shoe and slides down to the if this is the pedal, this part on the pedal, you push the pedal. So this part, if the ice somehow, this is what he said, if the ice could get lodged around that piece and freeze on it, and then you won't be able to push the pedal down for the brake because the pedal will be frozen.
Wouldn't it just melt, though, from the heat of the engine?
A million things I could have said to that. Yeah. A million things. But the whole, it was at that moment that no one ever took that person seriously again for the rest of it. As children, we were like, no, this guy does not know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know how to drive. Yeah. It's almost like he escaped a mental institution and was teaching driver's ed.
I actually ended up dating his niece for a little bit, and I brought it up to her.
Really?
I said, I want you to somehow, like at a family party or something, if you can get your uncle on the side and just ask him where he's off the reservation.
What did she say?
Maybe a family member, maybe a loved one tells him, because he's got 32 kids in there. When we walk into the locker area, when we leave the class, we're mocking him roundly.
Yeah, it's like the when it starts to snow, like I can't drive. They're like, why? Like, what about if the pedals freeze?
The pedals are going to freeze up.
Pedals are going to freeze.
He told us that.
What can you do?
Nobody drinks pear juice. No,
what an episode, by the way. We learned so many things about each other, and then go tell us what you think about pears. What's yours? If you have a story with a pear, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, if you're a pear person, if you have all pear all the time, let us into your world. Really,
perfect.
I would love to even talk to you. Even
yeah. Perfect.
But then don't lie. Don't lie. I'm gonna know if you have a pear person if you're lying.
Yeah.
Hey babe. Hey babe. Hey babe.